Welcome to Tech Vibe. My name is Ryan O'Connor. Coming up on the show, Marlon Parker. He's from rlabs.org, an organization involved in the upliftment of communities. Also, we'll have a look at the Movie Edit Pro MX by Magix. But first, let's have a look at some news. Let's have a look at your top tech stories of 2011. The tide of revolutions that swept through North Africa and the Middle East throughout the year were driven in large part by the internet and the mobile web. This was seen most obviously in Egypt, where protesters mobilized numbers, medical help, and international support via Twitter. The government shut down internet access in the country on the 28th of Jan in an attempt to quell the protests. 5 days later, internet access returned, and the rest is history. One of the greatest innovators of the modern age passed away at the age of 56 on October the 5th of this year, and that's due to complications from his cancer. His life was a tumultuous success story, the tale of a comeback kid ousted in tears from his own company in the 1980s, only to revolutionize animated movie making in the 90s and return to lead Apple's march to dominance at the start of the 21st century. Introduced in October, the Stop Online Piracy Act, or SOPA, may give US law enforcement the ability to obtain court orders to stop search engines, payment processors, and other entities from doing business with any website in the world accused of enabling copyright infringement. Critics say SOPA may censor legitimate websites such as YouTube that host some infringing content and could end up being misused by companies as a way to block competitors. And that was your news. Time now to chat to Marlon Parker from rlabs.org. They're an organization involved in the upliftment of communities via social media. Tell us a little bit about rlabs. What is rlabs?
So rlabs basically is about using technology like digital media and empowering people to use those tools to encourage one another, but at the same time also for them to acquire skills that they might not have had previously.
Do you think South Africans are aware of the power of social media in terms of what it can do to uplift people in communities that need upliftment?
I'll be honest, before I was very much in doubt about it, but since we started this journey, I mean, we've seen, for example, some of the mothers, many of them have never touched a computer before, but now they're encouraging one another on Facebook. Just the great awareness of that these tools that they now have at the touch of their fingertips, and most of them doing it via mobile, can actually make a difference in people's lives.
Absolutely.
So I do think that South Africa has a big role to play. More so, I think also because we with our connectivity and all the opportunities that we have, I think we can really kind of maximize that to be the leaders in Africa.
Okay, obviously it also takes good relationships with people like Mixit, for example, and meeting various people at their levels. And we know that Mixit's a huge platform for kids in South Africa. So obviously relationships like the one with Mixit is vital.
We saw the opportunity in Mixit because one of the services we run, we wanted to start a kind of a mobile counseling service. And it was basically to try and engage with young people using the Mixit platform, who, for example, were suffering from depression or had problems with drug addiction. So we went to a little local school about also 3 years ago. We asked the principal, give us the 10 worst kids that you have. We basically want to see if they will chat to us via Mixit. Actually, the principal came back saying, here's half the school. We said, oh, we only need 10 of them, only 10. We chatted to about 20 kids. A week later, we had 50. A month later, a few hundred. And today we're currently supporting over 2 million people via the Mixit platform, purely for people that's reaching out, wanting someone to speak to. And the partnership with Mixit, I think, has really been good for us because it allowed us to leverage not only supporting people locally, but at the same time we were also able to support people in other countries where people are utilizing the Mixit platform.
That's brilliant. It's good to have you on the show, and thanks for doing a phenomenal work, the food that you do in communities around the world.
Thank you.
On to our gadget this week. It comes in the form of software. It is Movie Edit Pro MX by Magix, software version 18. And let me tell you a little bit about it. If you're a fairly competent videographer and you're looking for a platform to edit your content on a Windows platform, this might be the trick for you. With this program, you can also update your videos to your YouTube or create interactive menus and burn to DVDs or Blu-ray discs. It has full HD support, full 3D stereo support as well. There's also multicam editing for 2 cameras. There is a full range of effects. Our favorite was the change of speed of footage with flexible curves for spectacular slow motion and, of course, time-lapse effects. The good news, it's available for just 700 Rand at pxsoftware.co.za. That's it for Tech Vibe this week. A reminder to click on our sponsors down below. Until next time, take care. Organization involved in using social media to get drinks from the bar. I love a drinky poo. Who's got drinky poos for Ryan? Drinky poos. I just like me a drinky poo.
Kaspersky Hybrid Protection. The best of both worlds. Now available in Kaspersky Internet Security 2012 and Kaspersky Antivirus 2012.